All right, let's briefly talk about Lucky from Hoodstocks. Now, Hoodstocks was one of those. I would say Hoodstocks is probably the biggest, most popular, most watched Latino-based YouTube platform. I don't think anyone's got him beat at this point. He's got 230,000 subs, and he does content like on a consistent basis. And in fact, this was the show. I remember I forgot what it was on a previous episode. We were talking about Lefty Gunplay. Mm-hmm. This was the show I first saw Lefty Gunplay on when nobody knew about him. I think he may have gotten Lefty's first interview, and he did a freestyle on there. And I was like, oh, shoot, this Latino dude got a little bit of bars. He got some bars. Mm-hmm. I was like, who is this guy? And then maybe like a month later, he just blew up. But Hoodstocks had Lefty on there. I want to say he probably got his first interview. And I was rocking with the channel. I never even knew his name was Lucky until this recent controversy. I knew about the Hoodstocks. I was like, Hoodstocks is doing their thing.
Right. Yeah, I came across another interview where Lucky and Lefty is about to fight.
Yes, that was after their original. Man, that had to have been a few months after their original interview, and I was shocked at that because I was like, bro, did his first interview, and now they're going at it. Yeah, that shit was wild.
I think he said something to offend Lefty. He did that after he left here. Did an interview on Richard Hart with me and Mariah.
So this guy Lucky made I guess some people would say a racially derogatory term on his podcast while he had, I believe this is a co-host named Loca, because she's on there she's a frequent person on there.
Reoccurring guest.
Yeah. So he's asking Loca about Blueface. Mm-hmm. And let me get to it right here. And then also, while I'm going to play this clip, and just for those who are just listening to us, he's going to throw a picture of Blueface on the screen and continue to ask Loca about Blueface. So let's go right here.
Okay.
Can we really talk about this Blueface Jenny 6ix9ine situation, please?
I think it's necessary.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary. Yeah.
It's in the news.
Is the air conditioner down, or did we just get hot in here?
It's back up.
Is it back
it's
up?
back on. I feel like it just cranked on right now.
It just cranked on.
Okay, good. Can you crack that door, please?
So Blueface is just like hot right now. Like anything.
But do you think he's a good-looking dude? A black dude? African American? Booty scratcher?
No comment. I don't really.
Come on.
I don't really. I don't
There's
really
an
like
answer.
I mean, do you swing both ways?
No.
No?
Strictly dickly.
No, not okay. Do you wrong question. Do you like black dudes?
No.
No? Why not?
No. Pino Code 13.
Oh! That's why she's on Hoodstocks. I mean, I don't have nothing against it. Like, I would be disappointed. I ain't gonna lie.
Loca, what do you think? No?
He's a handsome man right there. Look at that guy right there. Send me a money order. Look at, I love you. Send me a money order. You gonna send me a money order?
Chale.
All right, that's the clip that everybody was talking about. And just for those who don't know, when he asked Loca, would you send him a money order? She's got a picture of Blueface up there. She says, chale. Now, that's some Mexican slang for absolutely not or hell no. You know, it's a negative response. So,
I mean, she ain't gotta think he handsome.
but shit, they put up like the nicest picture you gonna find of Blueface without all the ugly tats on his face, with the nice edge up haircut. It ain't a bad looking picture.
Hey, but why look this is the thing, right? Why put her in a position to answer that type of question?
Because that's good podcasting.
Nah.
That's good podcasting. Put people on the spot.
You putting her in a weird situation, right? And then like she already said no comment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
he pushed it a little bit, huh?
Yeah. So like when I listen to it again, because I remember I had a smart remark to her, like she talking about penal code. I say, I mean, she already said no comment, bro. She already didn't want to go further into it. So
Hey, she don't like black dudes.
I mean, everybody got their preference.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
she don't like black dudes.
Jenny 16 do, and she don't. Everybody got their preference, bro.
And a lot of black men love Mexican women.
It go both ways. I got homies with Mexican girlfriends, and I got homegirls that got Mexican baby daddies.
Wait up. You saying the other way around where it's a black
I got a
black girl and a Mexican dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens too. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a few that got Mexican baby fathers though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like,
But I think there are more black men with Mexican women though. If you were to compare the numbers, I don't have the data, but I bet you there are way more black men with Mexican women than there are black women with Mexican men. I think the Mexican men are not as open to dating a black person as Mexican women are. There are way more open Mexican women here in LA. That's an opinion. I don't have the data on it, but I bet you that data does exist somewhere.
but the Mexican males that get with these black females got black swag. You know what I mean?
Some of them do. Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about the ones I noticed that's in relationship with the women I know. You know what I'm saying?
My very, very first girlfriend, my first real girlfriend here in LA was Mexican.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she lived right on 3rd and Bonnie Bray, right in the trenches of I think that's 18. I remember I used to walk her home. It was crazy over there.
Shout out Mariah Hayes. Her mom is full blown Mexican. Her dad is black. You know what I'm saying? Shout
There
out
you go.
Mariah.
Hey, and if Loca don't like black dudes, so be it, right?
I mean, but the numbers gonna land like that because women overpopulate males in the world. You know what I'm saying? So,
Not that much though.
yeah, but you know,
It's pretty close. But I have no problem with someone having a preference. I think she could have said it with a little bit more tact. She said it in a kind of aggressive.
what part? The child.
Yeah, all of it. The trece part, the chales part. She could have just said, I have a preference to just,
The only part stick out to me is no comment.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she already, you know what I'm saying? She said no comment, so don't push the issue and then she be content to somebody and then they attacking her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so the African booty scratcher part, some people took offense to it. I remember when I first moved to LA, that's the first time I ever heard that term. I ain't never heard nobody say African booty scratcher in New York. I don't know if I was in the 6th grade or the 7th grade, but that was a word that people were saying. But amongst blacks though, it was a black dissing another black. You African booty scratcher. I ain't never heard anyone outside of black folks say that towards a black. That's like an internal word.
Because you don't hang around Mexicans.
I've never heard any of the Mexicans that I know say that. But look, the Mexicans that I grew up with never said the N-word. So I grew up with some different Mexicans, you know.
Well, yeah, that N-word became just like some regular slang, which it shouldn't, but you can't say it ain't being said because you ain't around them. Like,
Have you ever heard any Mexicans in their 50s using the N-word? Like, you know.
I don't think so.
There probably are some out there. Even, look, in New York, in my community, which was predominantly Puerto Rican, they didn't use the N-word until, like, my generation started using it.
Well, let me tell you something, bro.
Like, Fat Joe says the N-word all the time.
Fat Joe is black, bro.
Well, technically,
Yeah,
he's
whatever.
considered, he's Caribbean. He's a Caribbean guy. He's a Caribbean guy from the Bronx.
Yeah, like, I mean, him, he.
You got to look at our parents too. Our parents aren't with none of this stuff. So Fat Joe's generation is the first generation of Puerto Ricans that started using the N-word. The Puerto Ricans were using the N-word before Mexicans were. Mexicans are a little late on it. But the Mexicans I grew up with did not use the N-word. These Mexicans is like a generation below me.
If Fat Joe was to live in L.A., he will adapt to the black culture more so than Hispanic.
Definitely. But Fat Joe can be in a room full of Mexicans and fit in.
And speak Spanish?
Throw some Spanish in there and fit right in. I remember one time I was somewhere and Bone was telling me we were somewhere was predominantly Mexican, and we were at Conejo's. We were at Conejo from Harpy's baby shower, and it was 90% Mexican. And then Bone said, "Man, it's not fair, Alex." I was like, "What you talking about?" He said, "You be the way you just slid right in with all these Mexicans." And I can't. I could be in a room of Mexicans and talk their talk.
All right, cause you
And I know their slang. I learned all their slang.
Cause where you come from though.
That part of it too. But I think you can learn it. There's look at the brother.
Do the world know you Puerto Rican?
I don't know if the world does, but when I'm in a room, it's pretty much it's figured out. But there's a brother from Compton that sings mariachi, and he sings all Spanish music. He sings the narco corridos music, and he's an American black dude, and he could function with Mexicans quite easily. His name is Compa Negro. Compa Negro. You ever heard of this dude? Oh, yeah. He's interesting. Black dude, grew up around Mexicans, and you would think he's a Mexican dude.
I was in the county jail with a dude named Negro from 18th Street, and you could tell he got some type of status or importance about himself because he speak very low, and he don't raise his voice, and he be like, "Homies, we on quiet."
Yeah.
And they get dead silent.
But no, I've never heard Mexicans use.
He's very dark skinned.
Oh yeah, a lot of 18s have at least historically had a lot of black dudes that identified with the Latino.
No. He was Mexican.
Oh, he was Mexican.
He's just a dark skinned Mexican. The blacks, he didn't, whether he knew it or not, we called him Obama. His bone structure, he looked like Obama. In the comments, they gonna know what I'm talking about. For real.
So you grew up with some Mexicans that threw the N-word around like it was nothing, and maybe said booty scratcher, huh?
No. Mexicans wasn't. What you mean? Like, look. Like I said, like if it's a Mexican that's from a black gang, I don't care what they say.
But if they're from, I don't know.
Let's say I'm from Inglewood. Let's say they from 18 or Inglewood Thursday. I don't think it's cool. Although I know they say it. I know they say because they grew up around us. You know what I'm saying? Like Santos, you did the interview with him, and he explained at the time Inglewood Thursday and Inglewood Friendly how, you know what I'm saying, we was good and we be on this side of the party, on that side, and you know what I'm saying? So I believe they pick up our colloquialism and our you know what I'm saying, but I don't think it's cool that they say it.
He says he remembers you pulling up on him too.
Yeah. Shout out to I-13s, man.
But even I remember I was in Lenox, which is right next to Inglewood. The younger Mexicans, probably your age, even a little older than you, maybe some in their early 40s, they use the N-word. Like late 30s, early 40 Mexicans in Lenox.
You know what? And I think they should be or to name like the expanded gangs that's surrounding Inglewood, them being one, they should be the last ones to say it.
But they're all around black folks though.
Nah, Lenox, that community,
yeah,
is brown.
I know, but they go to school. They go into the same schools though.
Lenox is a Mexico Inglewood, basically.
Yeah, but it's so tiny though. Lenox is so tiny, so they going to school with you guys.
No, they don't go to school with us.
They're going to whatever high school they're going to is blacks at those schools for sure.
I don't know what school they go to.
Yeah, I don't know either. But okay, they got Lenox, they got Tepa 13, they got Lenox, and there's one more right there.
You got Moritos, you got Inglewood Trece, you got 18, Crazy Crowd, they died out.
I'm almost certain all those
Tepa, Lenox,
all those Mexicans that are your age, they use the N-word over there.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I don't know how old Hoodstocks is, but he's younger than me and maybe a little older than you. That's my guess.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is either.
And I just want to play his apology real quick, or what they're calling an apology, and you tell me what you think.
All right.
On the streets, this pop-up right here has been peaceful and it's been successful. And I thank God for that right there. You know what? There's too much shit going on in the streets for us to be going at it with each other over fucking stupidity. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hold myself accountable for my shit, hold yourselves accountable for your shit, and let's move forward. With that said, love and respect to everybody, all the supporters. I love you guys, man. It's the holidays. Let's take care of our family. Let's worry about our family. Let's think about what we're gonna do next year. You know what I mean? To pick each other up instead of drag each other down. Shout out to all my dogs right here from Orange County to LA. You already know what to do right here, baby. This is Hood Stocks right here.
Okay, so what did you think about that?
He just said he gonna take accountability. I didn't hear no apology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear no apology there. If that, I think that is the video they counting as an apology, but no, that wasn't an apology.
Yeah, that clip was actually titled "Apology." So it was. So I call those apologies non-apologies. They're non-apologies because you never really just say, "Hey, I'm sorry for saying that. I'm sorry for offending black folks for using that term. Maybe I shouldn't have used it. I was just trying to be fun." But actually, I have one more clip where he's explaining why he used it, and here we go.
That ain't gonna change. Not in a million years would I think a legendary movie quote, booty scratcher, will be so vicious to the black community, especially with my track record, my get down. Stereotypical racism is fun. We all have fun with it. I do it all the time, especially with my people. Armenians, Asians, whites. But like most of you know, there ain't an ounce of hate in my motherfucking heart. We just biased from the era and the different sections we were raised up in. That's human nature. We gotta be honest though. Sometimes we wanna see our queens within the same race. That's just the way we are, right? But I'll tell you this, not one time ever did we shame Vanessa Bryant for being with Kobe Bryant. Why? Because we love that dude and we were proud that man had a strong Mexican woman.
Okay, that's his response. What say you, Munchie?
Who thought of that example with Vanessa Bryant?
I don't know. That's your boy Lucky.
I mean,
He's trying to explain that he doesn't have a racist bone in his body.
but it's a lot of interracial relationships. That's cool, but we ain't talking about Kobe Bryant though. We talking about Lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like what they got to do with the price of tea in China? Nothing at all. But I mean, well, I'm a firm believer. If you're not apologetic, don't apologize. And maybe he's not apologetic, so he's not apologizing. So I mean, there it go there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he said two things that stuck out to me. One is sometimes we want our queens with our own people. And I think that's a sentiment that a lot of people from older generations believe. I remember my dad wanted me to be with other Puerto Ricans. You know, that was just his thing.
Yeah, but no, finish what you saying?
I was just going to say, but that's a generation, that's an older generation. You know, now my generation and my kids' generation, I can't tell my kids who to be with and who not to be with. I don't think our generation or generations our kids' age think like that for the most part. So for him to say that, hey, we want our people to be with our own people, yeah, I get it, but
I don't find nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but that's becoming a dying ideology.
I mean, Lefty said it. He went viral for it, and they like kind of like tried to butcher him for it. But I didn't think what Lefty said was racist, and I think it just came out wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, he grew up in what is it called, Boyle Heights?
Baldwin Park.
Baldwin Park. Yeah. I didn't think it was racist when Lefty said it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think all our grandmas or moms and they said it before. You know
yeah,
but
I mean? our kids aren't saying that. I can't imagine any of my three kids being racially, selective.
Well, I got a 19-year-old daughter, and if the little Mexican fly enough, she go. I think she entertain them. My daughter came through with a little Mexican gangbanger. I don't want that, but guess what? I don't want her messing with a blood or a Crip either.
Oh yeah, we don't want any of our kids.
So but long as he treat my daughter right, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, and then the second thing that Hoodstock said, that Lucky said, was stereotypical racism is I guess it's fun, it's joking, we all do it, and I don't think I'm familiar with this term, stereotypical racism, done in a joking way, and I guess comedians get away with it all the time.
Yeah, that's their job though.
Yeah,
Lucky not a comedian, we not gonna get away with what they get away with. You know,
I mean, if you and I started calling Mexicans wetbacks, we would get the backlash. And we can't say the next day, hey, we're just doing stereotypical racism. You know, I would never call Mexicans wetbacks, spics, or whatever the other terms are that they use. It's just not. I don't find it funny.
Well, they done dug up some tweets, right, from 2015 that I quote unquote tweeted, right?
Yeah.
So Dre went down my timeline. She don't see them tweets, and I don't recall tweeting them. But Adam say, who be on the boards over there? I forget, he said somebody that at No Jumper went down there and they seen it. You know what I'm saying? And this from, but and I don't recall that. But when they called in on me when I was at home on No Jumper because they was discussing it, I apologized anyway. Like, I mean, I apologized to my brother.
What were the tweets?
Somebody going to a Beaner theater,
okay,
movie theater or something like that. Like, I don't remember. Like, you gotta think, my hood didn't even start beefing with an Hispanic hood till like 2 years ago.
See, that's another term. I think I learned that term in junior high, calling a Mexican a beaner.
Hey, look, I apologized anyway if I offended anybody in there. Cause I don't, man. I want to say I didn't tweet that, and I apologized anyway though. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't apologize if you ain't apologetic. And if anybody out there offended by what I said, or like, not if, because if you Hispanic, you is. You know what I'm saying?
So if you did tweet that, you wasn't trying to be a comedian. You weren't trying to be funny. If you tweeted it,
man, I can't recall nothing like that, bro. Because I couldn't find no reason why I'd be tweeting that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember this joke that they used to say in junior high school. It's, you know, those "you so poor" jokes. There was one that I remember. "You so poor." This is kind of related to Mexicans and them eating beans. "You so poor, you eat refried beans a second time." That shit just was funny to me.
That shit ain't funny to me. I mean,
the first time I heard that shit,
I think that might be an old school joke. You gotta land if you that age group or something.
The first time I heard that one, I was like, "Oh shit, that shit was funny."
Hey, but you know, my favorite food is Mexican food, and that's funny though because I ain't big on Thanksgiving because if I do, I just eat like turkey and a roll and some macaroni. Like all the other stuff, I don't care for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the birria is delicious. Carne asada is delicious.
I eat Mexican food and seafood is my favorite type of food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't think just because you eat somebody's food don't mean you can't be racist though.
Right, because it's Mexicans that listen to oldies and yeah, so that's true.
Hey, there be Mexicans listening to the oldies, listening to Tupac, listening to hip hop, and can't stand brothers. You know, those are out. They're out there.
Right,
they're out there. So you know. And I remember one time a Mexican was talking shit about me in Spanish, and I guess they just didn't think I was gonna know some of these words, and I was just like, wow, you know. Right on Vermont, and I was on Vermont and Pico. I think that was Vermont and Pico or Vermont and Venice. I was like, wow, I understand everything you saying, bro. Damn, you got that much hate. You know, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, but I think he using too much bravado and trying to stand on business too much. You kick back, man.
Well, if Lucky is taking any sort of step back or stigma, everybody's gonna forget about it next week and we're gonna move on to the next drama.